What I don't appreciate is that these are cherry-picked examples, that they are quibbling, angels dancing on the head of a pin. When we have volumes of reporting, you're always going to find one report that's different. Okay, whatever. The big message here for Americans, Russia tried to interfere in our election processes with the point of undermining our confidence in our democracy. And by bringing this up again, the Trump administration is doing the work of our adversary, Russia.
Sticking with that more huge news, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, has referred Barack Obama to the FBI and DOJ for prosecution.
Any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former President Obama?
Correct. The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
Army, am I overcooking things? She's referring it. She says the evidence is clear. Are we going to see a former president? We've seen it already, I guess, with Donald Trump, but are we going to see a former president under investigation, facing charges and proving that no one is above the law?
Look, Rita, two things can be true at once, right? There's no question that the Obama administration was looking for a rationale to tie Trump with the Russians. Obviously, spectacularly failed at that. And there's no question that they had illegal FISA warrants that were tapping people illegally. There's no question that they used the fake Steele dossier as a basis for all this behavior. Having said that, not a fan of this. I got to be honest. Look, it comes across, first of all, as petulant. And also, these things tend to boomerang around back to you. I mean, just ask the Democrats. Democrats were trying to file charges, specious charges against Trump, and now we're doing it to them. So I don't think this is helpful for our public, to be totally honest. And whether or not he'll be facing charges, look, Trump v. United States, Supreme Court decision last year, gave wide-ranging immunity to the president, not just President Trump, but all presidents. So no, I actually don't think any charges will be filed. I don't think he will be prosecuted. A lot of that's because of the Supreme Court decision of Trump v. United States.
I don't think presidential immunity extends to manufacturing a plot to undermine the term of your successor, because that's precisely what happened. You said they failed at it. I'd argue they were very successful. We were talking about Russian collusion for 3-4 years. It completely undermined Donald Trump's first term. And there's a great many Americans to this day, and many Democrats, who believe Russia interfered with US elections, and they hacked the elections. That's what we were told, and it was entirely manufactured. The evidence they had said otherwise, and in that short period between Trump winning and his inauguration, they cooked up this plot army. I mean, how can that go without consequences? How can this be uncovered, exposed? It's good to have transparency, but surely the next step is people need to pay a price for this.
Yeah, look, I say it failed because A, Trump won the election, and B, it's been exposed as a hoax, right? Russia was a hoax. No, we should allow this to go unpunished, and there are a lot of people who I think should and will be punished for it. I'm just saying that from what I read and understand, Trump v. U.S. gives wide-ranging immunity, and this may in fact fall within that as well.